Hi everyone, it's Melissa Whitaker again today. Happy morning. Okay, so this morning I started thinking about a conversation I had this past weekend. So let me give you some context around that. Again, for those of you who know me, maybe don't know me, my name is Melissa Whitaker. I am the CEO and founder of Melissa Whitaker International, MWI. And I left a video with you yesterday talking to you a little bit about an event that we have coming up here in September 13th through the 15th. And it is all centered around helping entrepreneurs like yourself, small business owners, to really have a huge increase in their business success. And also contending for your health and wellness. And also then utilizing those two things to create legacy wealth. Now, why am I coming to you today again? Because here's the thing, this morning, gang, I was starting to get ready for my day. And I started thinking about a conversation I had with a up and coming young entrepreneur in Atlanta, Georgia, while I was traveling this last weekend. And it hit me really hard, like I need to share this story because this is literally the core of the passion and the mission I have right now to come alongside entrepreneurs like yourself, like myself, and really guide you and how to be recession-proof, bulletproof, really loving what you do and having it make work and making sure that it works for you financially, time-wise, flexibility, everything for why you're doing what you're doing. Okay, so just to give you guys a little background, some of you may have seen based on my social media post, if you've been on there, I posted a lot of pictures and videos over the weekend. I went to a health and wellness conference in Atlanta, Georgia, from last Thursday or so until a Sunday night. And while I was there, I had a wonderful opportunity to have lunch with and catch up with a good friend of mine that I haven't seen. Shockingly, we figured this out 8 years. Now, we've been in touch the whole time. We've kept in touch on social media. We've had conversations. But here's someone that I met when I went to a training in Minneapolis in 2014, I think it was. Good heavens. And that's where I met him, right? Now, we have stayed in touch, like I said, for the last 8 years, but he lives in the Atlanta, Georgia area. So when I was coming into town, he said, oh my gosh, let's have lunch. We have to catch up. Now, why is that important to you? Because what I realized when I was thinking about this conversation is we had a chance, an opportunity to share our heart and soul about our entrepreneurial journey. And a lot of revelations came out of that. And I thought to myself, wow, this is something that I need to share with you guys because this is literally the heart and soul of what my big mission is right now and why we're doing this huge event in September. And so let me give you a little bit of insights and I hope it blesses you in some way today. And tell me, like when I post this video, put some comments down below. Let me know if you relate to this, if it hits you in a certain way, if you understand why this is a big challenge for a lot of entrepreneurs and also the highs and lows. Like comment, give us some feedback, okay? All right, so like I said, I met with a good friend of mine in Atlanta, Georgia, and we were catching up. So we had a lot to talk about, you can imagine, over the last 8 years. But what came out of that was way more than I expected and anticipated. I think for himself and for myself and the lessons we both learned from each other and how we blessed each other with sharing our entrepreneurial journey. Now, why does that become so critical for all of us entrepreneurs? Because number one, we need a tribe. We need a tribe of like-minded people surrounding us all the time to make sure that we are encouraging each other, we're sharing best practices. Frankly, we share when we messed up, when we learned hard lessons, when we had to pivot. How do we pivot? When do we pivot? Why do we pivot? You know, there are a lot of lessons in there. So as we started to go out to lunch and we started catching up, I started sharing with him my journey on what's really been going on in my world for the last 8 years at least of Melissa Whitaker International, MWI, the highs and the lows. And I shared with him how my mission is really big and my purpose is big. My calling is big and I chase it and I follow it and I embrace it and I really do the best that I can based on my own calling. Now, it's interesting as I started sharing with him this journey because, and again, tell me if you relate to this. As entrepreneurs, small business owners, you guys, we are always trying to, most of us have a mission or a purpose. That's why we're doing what we're doing. But we're always hoping that we're going to have this like unbelievable, like shot up to success, right? And we hear all these gurus out there. Some people call me a guru, but I like to be real and transparent. I'm not a guru. I'm not someone who's been running my business where it always looks perfect and everything's been great. And we've only grown by leaps and bounds and we're an overnight success. No way, man. Like, that's not the real entrepreneurial journey. I mean, we start here and we think we want to just shoot up for success and it's like straight line of amazingness, right? But the reality is, and many of you have seen this kind of meme before, but there's pitfalls. We fall. We're driving up success, and then we fall into a hole. We climb back out, and then we're bicycling up another mountain, and then we fall into another hole. All right, so it's like up and down and emotional and stressful at times. Other times it's such a high because we're doing amazing. We're living out our purpose on our calling, and we're making a lot of money at the same time, and it's unbelievable, right? Now, we have all of those. So we have to navigate those emotions. We have to navigate our experiences. And I really encourage everyone, be transparent. Share your highs and lows with other entrepreneurs because sometimes it can be lonely as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner. And again, even if your company gets really large and you have a lot of people working for you and you have this amazing, thriving organization, guess what is still the situation? You still need people to come around you to share best practices, to share your stories, because no matter how big you get, it still can feel lonely at the top. It can still feel lonely as an entrepreneur, right? I mean, am I right about that? Again, comment below. I want to hear your feedback. So as I'm sharing with him our story, and one thing that we both have in common, by the way, you guys, is we both have a very strong faith. Our faith is very important to us. Faith in God, faith in our journey, faith in how we're praying and giving back and how we're coming alongside other entrepreneurs and praying with them and leading them and guiding them. But our faith is important. I'm gonna put that out there. That's a commonality between myself and my friend. And I think it's amazing. What he's doing is amazing, which I'm gonna talk about here in a minute. So I shared with him all these God moments of navigating the last 8 years and how I felt like my calling got bigger and bigger. My mission got bigger and bigger. What was our purpose? What was our bigger purpose? Not just doing training, not just doing consulting. What was our bigger purpose? Hadn't really heard this part of my story before, interestingly enough. So when I shared this with him, and I shared with him times that frankly God had to take us through some valleys to build our resilience, to build how we handle stress levels, to take us from having an impact here to having an impact here. What did that include? And why did it happen? And how do we get through it? Now, he said something that really hit me strong, really hard actually, because he said, Melissa, and this is a little bit of his story. He used to work at a corporate job, really big corporation, made really great money. He worked in the training world as well. And he used to train a lot, like hundreds and hundreds of people inside these organizations, all around stuff even that we have in common, like DISC personality and how to have more effective communication and leadership. I mean, the list goes on. We have so many commonalities, right? But he said a year ago, he felt a calling to leave his sometimes feeling safe corporate job, right? Having this guaranteed salary and a high salary at that, by the way, he made buco money. He felt a calling that he followed, but it came with a lot of uncertainty that he was not expecting. Okay, so a year ago, he was called into running what's called a C12 kind of location, geographical location. Now, if you know what C12 is, it is a group that facilitates a group of entrepreneurs and really comes alongside them to help them grow their business and weave in their faith. Pray with each other, guide each other, make sure that things that they do have integrity, that things that they do have an alignment with what their core beliefs are and their core values and how to do things with integrity. Okay, so I just want to give you a little background there. And so he said to me, Melissa, he goes, thank you for sharing your story. He said, because I'll be honest with you, we do keep in touch a lot through social media. I've been watching all your stuff. And frankly, sometimes it looks like you have it just all together. You have it all together. I mean, like it's like almost daunting. Like, oh my gosh, he says, I don't always feel like I have it all together, but you look like you have it all together. And he said, hearing your story of highs and lows and struggles and victories, it actually encourages me. He goes, I wish more people would share their raw story. Too many people in this world are told only show the top real moments. You know, I'm saying like the real of our life, the real, not the little short reels we're doing on social media now. The real look into what is going on and what lessons we have and what we get, right? It's important that we share. It's important that we help each other and guide each other, you guys. Because he said, I'm going to be honest with you. This last year has really tested me, Melissa. I feel called into doing what I'm doing. You know, that mission, that purpose, that calling. Do you feel that? Do you do that? Are you following that? It can have some great moments and it can also have some scary moments. Are we going to be real about it? Right? So he said, this gives me encouragement because I'll be honest, I'm at a time right now where I'm kind of questioning, should I really be doing this? I mean, I was making crazy mad six figures, building my empire with my wife, working for a corporation and loving it and like loving our family and doing great things. And I took a big leap of faith a year ago. And I'll be honest, a year later, I'm not sure, right? It's still building. That first year when you start your business, it is not an easy year, right? Am I right on that? Am I wrong on that? Like, comment below. You know what I'm talking about if you're in this position. If you run your own business and you're a small business entrepreneur, you know what I'm talking about. It's not all roses. And if people are only portraying that on social media, don't buy it. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean there aren't some amazing high celebration champagne moments, and they have them. And if you stick to your guns and follow your purpose and calling, you will have them too. But that doesn't mean that we aren't tested. That doesn't mean we have to grow our resiliency. That doesn't mean we have to be persistent. That doesn't mean that when we make decisions and they don't go the way we're hoping to, we have to know when to pivot and how to pivot to make sure that we protect our business and keep growing. Did you hear me on that? Okay, so we're having this come to Jesus moment, and he said, thank you for this. I mean, really, truly, thank you for being so real and raw with me. I had no idea that you had gone through some of the things you shared years ago. No idea. And he said, I'm still praying about this. I'm still looking for guidance. Should I be where I'm doing what I'm doing? And he goes, and trust me, I work with amazing faith-based business owners. Like, that is going amazing and great, but it's taking a little longer. Listen, right? It's taking a little bit longer to grow as fast as I want because I'm impatient. I said, oh boy, does that ring a channel with me? How many of you, like me, like my friend, are impatient entrepreneurs? We're go-getters. We wanted things yesterday. And that life doesn't always happen that way, right? But we do have to pivot if it's taking too long, but we do need to grow and we need to be strategic and we need to have the tools and we need to have the coaches in our life who are guiding us, who have been through some of these roads before, right? And it doesn't have to be someone who is 10 times more advanced than where we are. It has to be someone who's been through where we're at now, has made it through, has been successful, and can then turn around and mentor backwards. How do I help you to grow faster? How do I help you to avoid the pitfalls that I took upon myself so you don't have to do it, right? We've all had those stories, and I'm with you on that. So I know I don't want this video to be too long, and I know that's such a big thing about these short, crazy little videos, but I think when it comes to real, authentic, and raw stories that we should be sharing, they may be a little bit longer, but they're real. And again, as I keep talking about, I will always be real with you. I will always be authentic with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, okay? And I'm not going to act perfect. And if for those of you who look at my stuff on social media and say, man, she always looks like she has it all together, don't buy it. It's not that I don't want to portray all the wonderful things that I am doing in my life and I am going through my life, but trust me, I am human. I am married. I have children. I have 3 crazy dogs who don't want to behave half the time. Know this. And if you're feeling this, if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling challenged, if you're feeling nervous, if you're feeling scared about the unknown, you are not alone. Don't do it alone. All right, and so again, I'm just going to remind you, and the point of this video was it was really not around this event we have coming up in September, but it was really about sharing the story with you about faith, hope, possibility, and a community and a tribe. How important it really is. But I am going to let you know, we do have an event coming up this September 13th through the 15th. It is an in-person event because we want people to come together in a tribe community. We want you to meet other business, like-minded people who have highs and who have lows, who are authentic and real, who don't put on this facade of everything being perfect. That's not our tribe. Our tribe are real people. You know, frankly, we share our hardships. Some of us have tears at times, and other times we're champagne and high-fiving, and we're picking each other up through the valleys. That is real life. So if you want a tribe and a community that can come alongside you, myself, and the people in my community to help you navigate through the crazy world of being an entrepreneur, still following your purpose, following your mission, following your calling, frankly. That doesn't mean you're going to have an easy road just because it's a calling. But we want you to follow that. We want to help you refine that. We want to help you navigate that. And we want to help you to excel in a way that you love what you're doing because you're following your calling. But yet, Following your calling does not mean you need to suffer through a process. Following your calling and also being financially rewarded for that, because the more you serve, the more you will be, the more successful you will be. However you want to word that, right? So I just want to come to you today. It's not perfect. I'm not perfect. I am a human like you are. I'm an entrepreneur like you are. But I will tell you, I've made it through a lot of highs and a lot of lows. I've surrounded myself with brilliant people who know more than me to learn from and guide me, and also therefore I can turn around and give it back and pay it forward. And that is what we do. We help people around their business transformation, their health transformation, creating legacy wealth for yourself, for your family, for your community, and for generations to come. Okay, so we are here to help you through it. And we're not gonna tell you we have all the answers. We don't have all the answers. We are not perfect, but we have been through things that we can share with you authentically and in a raw fashion to let you know that it's okay to be human. It's okay to be real, and we will help you through it. And we've been there, done that. We can help you. And there's gonna be things that you're gonna bless us in, right? So this lunch that I had with my friend, he said, thank you. This lunch really blessed me. I did not anticipate or know that this was going to be such a lunch that would bless me so much. And I said to him, honestly, you have blessed me. You've really blessed me. You've blessed me with your presence. You've blessed me with your knowledge. You've blessed me with your story. You've blessed me with your perseverance. You've blessed me with being real back. That you're not pretending like you have it all together and everything's great and roses, but that you have a year of building a new business. And sometimes it's hard. And I'm here to tell you, that is okay. You are doing great. You are going to continue to do great. Pray for discernment. Stay close to God. He will lead you every step of the way, and you will know what to do. But surround yourself with like-minded people, because you are not alone. You are not alone. And if you are watching this video, my friend, confidential, don't worry, I didn't put your name in there. I didn't want you to get nervous. I'm speaking to you. Thank you for blessing me at that lunch. Thank you for being real with me. Thank you for talking about the highs and the lows. And just frankly, thank you for being you. I really appreciate you. So thank you for that. And thank you for, hopefully you're okay with me sharing your story, because it's a little confidential, right? And who it was. But I think there's a lot of life lessons in there, and there's a lot of business lessons in there. And I think that I wouldn't be serving our community if I don't share those stories. Am I right? Okay, gang. All right, so I'm gonna let you go. I know this was a little bit longer video, and most people like them short and sweet, but I had to share the story with you. Again, my name is Melissa Whitaker. I'm the CEO and founder of Melissa Whitaker International. We do have an event September 13th through the 15th here in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. We would love for you to come and join us. We would love to come alongside you and help you in your business and help you follow your calling. So reach out if you got any questions. We've got our early bird registration going out in a day or two, and we wanna make sure that you're aware it's coming. Right? Because there's a limited amount of space and there's a limited amount of time that we have that early bird registration, but we just don't want you to miss out, and we want you to come join us. And we've made it very, 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 very reasonable to make sure that we can help more people. Okay, that's a really big deal, and it's really important to us. Okay, so have a great day. Hopefully this blesses you, and we'll talk later.